Right. Chat. Everything's set, ready to go. All right. Do we have people? We have people. Welcome. Welcome, people. Well, one person so far, so. Yes, it is Thursday. A toasty Thursday out there, too, by the looks of things. Let's see who else is going to join us for today. So, two viewers. I don't know who you are out there, but remember that you can always post a comment if you want to say hello. And saying hello. Hi, Anne. Glad you could join us today. It is Thursday. Yes, Tools and Techniques Thursday. And I'm Barb, coming to you from my sewing room. You know this already. And we are going to do a little bit of catching up, introduce a few new fabrics, and a couple of really, really cool tools that have just arrived in the store. Hi, Sandy. Glad you could join us. I hope everybody's staying inside where it's kind of cooler. I don't know. I was born in Manitoba, so I grew up with the open the windows in the morning and close them up when it gets too hot, pull the blinds down, and try and keep that house as cool as possible. So let's get us started. As I said, it's Tools and Techniques, and I've got a really cool tool, actually a couple of them from the Clover company to talk to you about. But first I wanted to do a little bit of catching up because it's been a couple of weeks since I talked to you last. And I just thought it would be nice for you to see that I'm actually almost finishing things. So, if you remember what we did a little while ago with our thread painting on the sewing machine, we did our little chickadee, and I mounted him on a little piece of board like that so he could be stood up to look at. And then we started one by hand. So I did manage to finish him. I'm going to hold him up like that for you. Yeah, he's kind of scaled down a little bit. I didn't want him quite so big. If we get a close-up, there's a close-up view of Mr. Chickadee. There you go. So that was done on the same fabric, just scaled down a little bit, about 64% I think is what I went with, and stitched with embroidery floss. And I tell you, I am hooked on this technique. I am going to continue doing that sort of thing as much as I can over the next little while. It is so relaxing, so you just fade away into it. It's lovely. So that's the story on the chickadees. I think I'm going to turn this guy into a little pillow. And so once we get him sewn up and stuffed, we'll be out in the store beside the original for you to have a look at. Speaking of which, if you haven't been in the store recently, you can expect quite a few changes. The girls have been working really hard at doing kind of a rearrange, a sprucing up. It's that time of year, isn't it? It's getting into fall almost, and we just want a fresh look on things. So pop in sometime and join us and have a look around. If you have trouble finding things, if you're a regular and what you came in for is not where it was, just ask one of the floor staff, and they're pretty used to leading people to find what they need to find. So, speaking of finding, Chelsea has put some new fabric out here behind me. And so I'm going to introduce you to a few new things. And instead of a full line of fabric, what we've got are what she calls onesies. So these are individual fabrics. They may be part of a small line, but we just wanted to kind of feature those particular fabrics and let you have a little bit of look at them. So the first one that's over here, I'm going to hold it up. I know it's hard to see. Black fabric, and see all those little yellow dots? Those are the cutest little bumblebees on there. So that one is part of the, what are they calling that? Hello Sunshine line. And it is adorable, and I could really see that as things for your kitchen. Maybe placemats, maybe pot holders, maybe tablecloth. But alternatively, I think it would make a really, really cute little girl's dress. Accent it with yellow, put a yellow ribbon, yellow sash on it. It is really, really cute. Second one we have in the line here has pictures of cars on it. And it's the time of year for road trips, and that's what that one is called, is Road Trip. So this guy, those cars are a really perfect size for making cards. And we might get back into that sometime. I know quite a while ago we did that on Facebook for you, where we made Christmas cards, but you can do birthday cards. And I used to have some fabric kind of similar to that one with images of cars on it. Super easy to make the cutest little birthday cards for the grandsons or the big grandsons or the husbands with pictures of cars on it. Very unique, very fun, and nice and bright and easy to work with. So we just might have to put that one on the list of things to do. Third fabric in line also could be used for cards. Pictures are a little bit smaller on that one. That is called Catnip Garden. So unlike a lot of us, obviously the people who created this fabric don't mind cats in their garden. Let's pull this one out because he'll be a lot easier to see if you can look at him close up. There we go. So cute little cats doing their gardening work. I kind of like this guy having a rest here in the wheelbarrow. That's about my speed when it comes to gardening and this time of year. Cleaning up, always a good thing to do. So, and lots of little putty cat footprints moseying on around that guy. So that one is Catnip Garden, and that's another new fabric. Now, yes, we are getting into that time of year. So we have here a nice all over. Uh-oh, that one didn't switch over. We want this guy. There he is. A nice all over jack-o'-lantern print. There we go. Jack-o'-lanterns aren't too huge. This is going to make a wonderful, almost a backdrop type of fabric to work into your table runners, placemats, that sort of thing. Maybe make a treat bag for Halloween is coming. And that one is the Haunted Village, specifically the jack-o'-lantern piece on that. Nice bright, nice texture on that one as well. I'm going to leave the next one for the last because it's my favorite. Over on this side, in the grays here, 3 pieces from the Fabric Lover line. So this one is buttons. Just a nice textural look to it with black, white, gray buttons on that one. We have one here that has scissors, a little bit vintage look to that one. And then this guy with the mannequins on it, a little bolder on that. So some nice basic fabrics, timeless treasures in the Fabric Lover line. And then, of course, my favorite. Who doesn't like book fabric? I know it didn't look like books back there, did it? This one is from a line called Cattails, T-A-L-E-S, and it's called Closed Books. So if you look carefully at it, it's like the tops of books all scattered around. This, I think, is a great fabric for getting started on those Christmas gift ideas. A length of this and make book bags. I did that one year for the grandkids. You can make them large, small, structured or unstructured, not too vibrant, but definitely books. And then you go out to your local thrift shop or your local bookstore and you buy up a whack of kids' books and fill the book bag. So I think that is one of the best Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, anything like that. And I love book fabric. This one I might have to get some of because I used up all of the rest of the stuff I had. So, lots of new fabric coming in. This is only a small taste of some of the great things that have been arriving daily at the store. Poor guys in receiving are kind of swamped right now, but it's all good. We love getting the new stuff and we love showing it to you. So what else do I have to show you today? Well, a couple of cool tools from Clover. Now, Clover's been around for quite a while. They have all kinds of neat gadgets. They're always adding more. But first thing I want to tell you about is this guy. Let's put him back in the package. This is called the Hot Hammer. And you go, oh yeah, okay. So what does that do? It's got a companion. This is the Hot Ruler. So how is that different? Well, I'll tell you. This is made from a special fiber. It's not very thick, about the thickness of a piece of cardstock almost. The nice thing about it, besides the grid lines, is that you can press right on this surface. Gives a good clean press, and it doesn't get hot. So if I can move my ironing thing over, I'm actually going to show you. Come here, Mr. Iron. There you are, Mr. Iron. And Mr. Ironing Mat. There we go. Switch this to the close-up camera. There we are. So there is our hot hammer. So initially, when you watch the little video, they talk about, well, you can press up nice, neat hems. And I was thinking about it, I thought, yeah, I don't know if I really need that. And then I went, wait a minute, how often have I taken that little plastic gadget thing and folded it up and adjusted it, and then you gotta pin it? How about if I want, a 1-inch hem? Line that up, tuck that in, take my iron, and give that a nice press. The hot hammer is textured enough it kind of clings to the fabric, so it's not going to go anywhere. And it can pick it up and handle it right away. Gives a nice, and then I can just move it down, and I know I'm not going to make a hem that goes like this. I can press right on there, pick it up and move it along without burning my fingers. So I thought, well, that's actually kind of cool. What else will it do? Well, you can see it's got a curved corner on it. So I didn't trim the selvage off. Hopefully this works. What if I've got a curve to press? Let's lay this guy down. Tuck this in like this around the curve. And just give that a press. Take the hammer out. So I can see that having a lot of use if you like to sew curved seams, either in your quilts or in your garment making, or even if you're doing applique and you want to press that gentle curve in. The other thing, you can see on here how it's got the diagonal line. What if you like to do Dresdens? And you know, those 45s can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to line this up more or less on the vertical like that. I would ordinarily perhaps find the center, tuck it up there, And you can see how that's kind of clinging to the fabric, so it's not shifting. Fold that in. Now that's not right on the line, so adjust it to the line. Fold that in and press that down. And you have a nice crisp point for your Dresdens. All done with one simple product. Your hot ruler works in pretty much the same way. Gives you a longer length, so you're not having to move it down as frequently. Also has your 45s on either end if you're doing a smaller Dresden. So I thought, yeah, I could probably find some uses for those guys. They're kind of cool. But it's hot. You know, we maybe don't want to always be messing with an iron. So I was playing around with this guy. This is called the fabric folding pen. Again, from Clover. This has been around for ages. I think I saw this demoed about 20 years ago. But I never got around to testing it out, seeing how it works or anything like that. I thought this is a good time to try this. So, fabric folding pen. It comes empty with a little bottle of solution, like that. You're going to take the top off and fill it right up to there with water and put 4 or 5 drops of the solution in the fabric folding pen. And then, this is so cool. I don't know. I might have to get me one of these. I'm going to find a piece of fabric that this will show on. Let's use this one. This is the one I pressed all the creases into the corners, so I'm going to unpress them. There we are. There we go. So we have our fabric, and we have our fabric folding pen. I'm going to grab a ruler here. So the principle behind the fabric folding pen is that you're going to be able to make nice, neat creases in any direction. Let's do diagonal, without using an iron. I know we're used to maybe finger pressing as we go, and it kind of works. But this guy, I think I'll move the ironing mat so we have a firmer surface. We'll just toss that guy over there. Okay. Lay that down so that you can see. And you're going to take the fabric folding pen. It's got almost like a felt marker tip. It's got a chisel point. You're going to hold it and just draw a line along your ruler. Pop the cap on, slide it back, and fold that right on that marked line. Give it a little bit of a gentle finger press. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there. Wait till it dries a touch, and you have a nice crisp line in your fabric, like that. So easy. Maybe you want to mark for folding, doing a little bit of paper origami or fabric origami. So you can do it in both directions. Maybe you just want to mark so that you have the centers of things. Perfect creases without an iron. Look at that. So I went, whoa, that's pretty cool. What else can I use that principle for? So we gave it a test with English paper piecing. There we go. Had our little hexagon. Tuck it in here, like that. We'll just redo this one. Give that a little bit of a zip along there. Fold it over. You do have to kind of hold it down till it dries a bit. There we are. and that's going to give you a reasonably nice crease on there. It works. It's perhaps still not good enough for this technique, but I did find something it does work really, really well for. You probably all know, let's put you this way and I'm going to actually talk to you. You probably all know, because I've talked to all of you folks a lot, that when I'm quilting, I like to press my seams open. So it can be a little bit laborious where you sew your seam, you have to go across here to the iron and you fuss it open and then you iron it down. I thought, I wonder if this would work. So I tried it, and I'm going to try it again. So here's a seam, 2 fabrics here that I want to press open. Now if I just finger press that, it kind of stays open, kind of doesn't stay open. But if I hold it like that, and I'm going to use the flat of the pen this time, run the solution right down the seam. Oh, look at that. Give it a little press. Now this is not sticky. This is not a glue. This is not a starch. That fabric is soft. It's just laying open as if I had pressed it. In fact, my little sample here that I did earlier, this part is finger pressed, and this part was finger pressed with the fabric pressing pen, fabric folding pen. So there, for me, that is a use for this tool that I think I could definitely see myself settling into. Run that solution right down the seam. So I think anytime you want to press your seams open or to the side and you don't want them moving on you, I'm thinking those pesky Y seams that we have a love-hate relationship with. That thing would be absolutely awesome to tame those seams, because they're short seams quite often. I think I remember showing them to you. You sew them, press them open, sew the next one, press it open, without even plugging in your iron. So you have questions. Well, does it stay in the fabric? Is it going to mark my fabric? Does it cause any problems? I did some tests. I spent the last 2 days actually testing the product. And number one, I discovered that it washes out. I had a little scrap of fabric that I used this on, made the sharp creases, rinsed it out, that all disappears. So it's not a permanent crease. You can remove it. Can you iron over it? Yes, it's not going to be a problem. The packaging does suggest, here we are, not suitable for impermeable fabrics such as polyester or for spot sensitive fabrics. I would test drive it if you wanted to use it for silk or a blended fabric. How well is it going to work on a denim? I don't know. We could test drive that and find out. But you can see, the more you think about it, the more you can come up with reasons to use it and ways to use it outside of simply making a fold in your fabric. I think it's going to be something that will come in handier and handier once you have one and you've got it at home. You're going to go trying to do something with your fabric and go, wait a minute, I'll try that fabric folding pen. Whether it's turning up a hem or pressing your seams open or making a nice sharp crease to align something. Maybe you're doing flying geese and you want to fold that over. That would be really slick. You want to have a gazillion flying geese to do. So you sew that diagonal seam, you trim it off, run the pen down, press it down. Now it's going to lay nice and flat, and you don't have to get out the iron and press it down. So that's what I have for you today. A couple of really, really cool, simple items. If you're putting 4 or 5 drops of solution in a pen this size. This one package is going to last you quite a while. You can also buy just the solution if you already have the pen and you just want to continue using it. As I say, it's been around for a long time, and I did my research. I did my checking up. I did not see any negative reviews on it when I was looking online, because hey, that's what we do, don't we? Everything we buy, we should check it out. Make sure it's what we need, what we want to use, and that it's going to do the job for us that we want it to do. So have fun, give it a try. Come by and say hi sometime, because we like saying hi to you. I had a couple of weeks off and I missed you guys. So yeah, we are getting on to September. Don't forget to check out our newsletter to find out, keep on top of what is going on. You can like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel for even more content. And these little videos will be saved, so you can always go back and check up on it later on if you like. So hope to see everybody in the near future as we get going, get all geared up for back to school and into September. Until then, stay cool, stay calm, and enjoy summer while we have it, because you know it's not going to last forever. Thank you for joining me on Tools and Techniques Thursday. I will see you tomorrow. I have something a little different for you, a little bit more free motion quilting, because Leah says I can't have another machine in the back until I sell one up front. So maybe we'll just try to. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see